They're finally here. Oh my goodness. So I love card games in general, card games, board games, whatever. But this in particular, I'm really excited about because this is something that we ordered last year. It was technically supposed to be until in October, but it took a while to get here. But it's finally here. It's finally in my possession. I'm really excited to get into it because I know exactly what the first part is. And then boom, cards Christians like. You know my viewfinder, it's backwards, but try and flip it. Cards Christians like. It's a party game with convictions. So I'm really excited about this. We'll take a look at the box portion all together here in a second. That looks bent, but that's also because I ate it in the ice. It's snowing around here. So, and then we've got our other package, which has our expansions. We've got Gen Z. We've got Worship. And we've got Pop Culture. All 3 expansions that came with the game. I got these on pre-order. I do know a lot of people have been getting them first, but I think it was because since I got the expansions, it took a lot longer for them to get to my house, which is totally fine. I get that. I also get a lot of the issues that they had. So I'm all excited. So we're going to cut and then we're going to unbox all of this. All right, let's get into it. So we're going to go ahead. We're going to cut the wrapping around the base game, because that's the important one. We're going to take a look at the thing as a whole. Get that back here in the trash. Okay, so here is the box of the main game. There's this, this is all dented in, but I'm pretty darn sure this is where I ate it on the ice on the way in. I was just too excited I had to get in here and unbox all of this. On one side, Cards Christians like, same thing on top, except it shows the 8 and up, 4+ players, and then takes about 45 minutes to play. And then Cards Christians like, and then the little logo right here. Both sides say about the same thing. Here is, trying to get it right here, the bottom of the game. Cards Christians like, it's a party game with conventions, convictions. It's a party game, but with, yeah. Each round, 1 player will read a prompt, blue card. I think you know kind of the idea of how this works. If you haven't seen essentially Apples to Apples or Cards Against Humanity, card games sort of in that manner, that's sort of what this is essentially is. Started with Kickstarter. We are a Kickstarter backer. Contains 600 cards and a rule sheet. Item online. We have a lot number. Date of manufacturing is in August, so they've definitely been working hard trying to get this to where we are. I see it says 1.0 printed in China by Ad Magic, so that's really cool. Hope that 1.0 means it's a first print, because I really like having something like that, especially being a backer. Having that idea of being a first print is really nice. So we got, open it up and you get the little rule thing here. Gameplay note, if any point player draws a white card with a reference they don't understand, they must confess it out loud and can draw a new white card. That's really funny. And then it says special thanks to some special people, so that's really, really cool. And then we have the box of cards themselves, which these, if you've seen some of these kinds of games before, they're not crazy, but we're going to go ahead and pull one of the cards out, turning expo markers into lightsabers. That is fantastic. So here's what the back of the card looks like, and then here is kind of like what the front looks like. Once again, if you've seen card games like this before, this looks very familiar, and I really like it. Definitely feels the same as Apples to Apples, Cards Against Humanity. If you have seen those card games or anything like that, that's what these exactly feel like. I mean, it's just super good quality. I didn't expect anything less, but something to think about. I think my parents are lying to me about blank. That's a good one. And so here's, once again, for the blue card, here's the blue back. This is what a blue front looks like. Really like it. It looks really, really nice. I'm going to pull another white card out just for the kicks and giggles. I think my parents are lying to me about refusing to eat meat. Solid. All right, but I really like the contrast here. I think that's a really good one. Take a look at the contrasting color schemes with the white and the blue. I think that works really, really well. So let me go ahead and put these cards back and where they came from. So that's the base game. There's a whole bunch of different, like I said, this is Cards Christians Like, so it is a lot of references and a lot of themes for Christians. If you're not a Christian, you probably won't get a lot of the jokes. They probably won't make as much sense to you. Or you might wonder why we joke about certain things that people would think would get upset with us about. When we first backed this, they gave us a print-out version of the game, and so we were able to print it out and do some test games with some friends, and it was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed playing the test game. It just helped solidify that this was going to be a great buy. So C.S. Lewis's lesser-known novel, The Chronicles of Blank, that's super good. Pull out another blue card here. The blue cards are kind of what makes it really good. This year, I mastered the art of blank. So I'm really excited to actually get a full game in with this. I think it'll be a lot of fun. But that is sort of the base game. Like I said, 600 cards. All games like this definitely need to have significantly more white cards, especially with the amount of players you might have. Not a whole lot of blue cards compared to some other card games in this category, but I feel like with the draw and pick options where you can, like it says right here, draw one, pick two, I think that'll be a really interesting one. So, once again, fantastic. I think part of this, like I said, this is dented in a little bit, not a big deal, and I think this is actually from my fault. But other than that, box is awesome, perfectly good. Now, we are going to be diving into the 3 expansions that it came with. I do know that you can now order the base game and the expansions now on their main website. I do know you can do that. I believe they're working on fulfilling pre-orders and first shipment orders from after the pre-ordering from Kickstarter. One thing I will say about the expansions, I wish they would have had their own like mini box or something like that. I can understand trying to keep price down why you wouldn't, but I just feel like that's something I wish that would have been, because now once you open these, they do have easy tabs. It's sort of in the packet. I'm gonna try and save the packet the best I can, but that's gonna be the hard thing. Is these don't look like they're designed to have packets saved. So I'm gonna have to get like a deck box or something just for the expansions. Not a huge deal, but it's just something I really wish they would have done. Or in the future, if they can make and sell a very cheap version of like an expanded box for this game, I think that'd be a lot of fun. So let's take a look at the first one, Pop Culture. With the tiny logo, it says a collaboration with Epic Christian Memes, so that's really cool. Once again, expansion pack, right there, with their logo, ages 8 and up. Cards Christians Like, it's a party game with conviction. So we're gonna take that little rip there, and we are going to suck at opening this set of cards. I'm actually gonna be as gentle and easy as I can, because like I said, I do want to try and save these for future references. So got it open, and what I really like to see, okay, so opening it up, as you can see, the blue cards look the same on the back as well as the white cards. Blue and white look the same. Here's about how many Pop Culture came with. Not too terrible much, just a few blue cards and a small set of white cards, actually a lot of white cards in comparison. And by the looks of it, there is actually no indication that these are pop culture references. Now, I'm guessing whooping the entire youth group in Mario Kart, that is me, whooping the entire group. So I wish there was a small marker, once again, just tiny things here and there, quoting The Office more than the Bible, Hamilton on Disney+. I can do all things through blank, internet's 413. So, I mean, obviously the subject matter definitely helps bring it up, but I feel like there could be some similar subject matter in the base game, I don't know fully, that would allude to these being pop culture references. I wish they would have marked these. I might personally myself mark these, that way I can keep them separated. But that's the pop culture one. Now we will dive into the worship one. I really do like the designs on these bags too. So the worship one is in collaboration with Worship Online, so that's pretty cool. Backside looks very similar, just with the different color schemes. And we are going to, we're gonna have terrible openings right now. So once again, trying to be nice and gentle, we are going to open these, close that, and then I'm going to assume it's the same thing. Yep, blue, white, packet size looks to be the same. Yeah, blues to white. If you can see that, I know I've got the white background here. So pretty similar. Chris Tomlin's version of every trending worship song. Not understanding how to operate a hymnal. The blue ones. Your turn graves into blank. The only thing better than the bridge of What a Beautiful Name is blank. Blank is the reason we don't sing hymns anymore, and blank made me fall to my knees in worship. So that's really good. So, ooh, nice. So, once again, worship. No indicators on what, if it's base or if it's a specific expansion. It did seem like as they were releasing this and as they were potentially talking about other opportunities to create Christian-based games, it didn't seem like they were really going to continue supporting Cards Christians like by adding more expansions. I hope they do. I think the idea is really cool, but I can understand waiting to see the success of the base game and the expansions that they did make. And I do know the expansions, I believe, were stretch goals, if I'm not mistaken. Someone can probably correct me. But taking a look at it, here is the last one. I opened this without showing. This is Gen Z. Front pack looks kind of cool. In collaboration with at the GZT. And then here's the back side after I've opened it. Once again, it looks to be about 5 blue, and then the rest are white, however many that is. Once again, packet size, white cards, being baptized in Big Chief, Little Chief, and Spooky Chief, okay? Spelling the T at small group, being mad extra, staying strapped with prayer, big facts, staying woke even when you're slumped. Oh man. Copying fresh Christian merch just to flex at church. Being a SoundCloud Christian rapper. Oh goodness. Taking a fat nap after church. Oh man. That's good. Blank question mark. Okay, boomer. Why am I pressed? I got my clout, my bread, and my drip. I'm ready to start blank. Oh man. Blank. No cap. So very well done. The Gen Z ones are very well done. But once again, no indicators on whether or not they're in specific expansion. So I will probably be personally marking them myself with some sort of identification. But those are the 3 expansions. Here's how much extra it comes with. And then you can kind of get a reference. This was Phil side to side. So just not too much extra. But this is what it does come with, to see if you believe that it's worth picking up the extras. I think I'm actually pretty happy with everything that we got it for. I don't remember exactly what we ended up paying for, but I do remember thinking that wasn't too bad, especially with it being Kickstarter. A lot of the times Kickstarter projects are cheaper than what they'll release, but they're also on the more expensive end of things because it's an attempt to make a product. Kickstarter always says it's never a final purchase until until it's funded, and then stretch goals and all that stuff is its own reward system for those who ended up making the backing happen. So that's Cards Christians Like. If you want to see anything else with this game or anything further, please comment down below what you think it is. I love stuff like this, and I love cards and stuff like that. So if you want to see anything else, drop it down below. This has been Content Consumer. I think this is fantastic. It's made for all ages. I am just giddy and excited to get to play this. So, have a great afternoon, morning, evening, whenever you might be watching this.